I'm on my way out of the woods, in West Virginia. You can see how high up I am. It's like super crazy. This trail is called Maple Trail, but there was a chunk of it that happened to have some white oaks around. If you see, there's oak leaves everywhere, tons of them, but they're not white oak leaves. The white oaks seem to be unhealthy, and they're only found in certain areas. Kind of on the slopier areas, a few of them, I did come across a really, really big one, but two things. It was right on the trail. Like, that's a pretty big tree, but that's not a white oak, I do not think. And it's also damaged. I don't know. It was the really, really big one. I mean, it had to have been hundreds of years old. It was just right on the trail side, and my permit says, do not collect on the trail. So I had to move off of the trail to collect the samples. So yeah, that made this a little bit more difficult than the last sampling adventure, even though I did hike a little off trail for that as well. This is a really steep decline, but I just figured, again, I'm on my way out, racing the sun. It's setting. Again, I haven't seen very many animals. I did see 2 white-tailed deer earlier, but that's it. And and a cardinal. And that's all. So, but yeah, look at all, I mean, there's a ton of oaks, but, you could tell the difference because the eastern oak leaves are lobed. And, they're rounded at the end, and they almost look like fingers. They are not sharp at the end. And there's a ton of oak hybrids, which, sometimes can be hard to, I don't know, that just caught my eye for some reason, but they can be hard to identify because of that, hybridism. Whoa, a little slippery. If you can see that blue water over there, that's a huge lake. There's some really, really steep cliffs and drop-offs around here. There was a point on the other trail where I felt a bit uncomfortable just because it was like so slippery. Lots of moss, and the drop-off was like just danger zone. With no rails either. So, I mean, it was beautiful, but I decided to turn around from that trail. This is actually my 3rd trail that I've tried because, these things are deep, pretty deep in the forest, and they only occur in certain spots, and the permit had limitations, and a whole bunch of things, unexpected things, really. So, it is what it is. And I did the best I could with, what I had going on. So, this is completely crazy to be here, with nobody around. It's very peaceful. I'm less nervous in the woods than I was kind of about going into the woods by myself, but I mean, so far so good. Just really peaceful. The weather's nice today. I think it's high 50s, so I couldn't pass up the last chance, to get my samples. I do not think I'll be sampling tomorrow, so I completed 2 legs of the mission. Beaver Creek State Park. And I keep messing up when I say this one, but I believe it's Tom and Sil Run State Park is where I'm at right now, in the northernmost tip of the West Virginia Panhandle. There's that water. So that's where I'm at. Pretty kind of like remote park over here, and it is beautiful. I'd love to like hike this when the trees are filled in. You know, it's probably really pretty. Oh, slipping again on mud. It's really muddy. I mean, some parts are real muddy. The rest is kind of walkable. Packed down, it seems a little. So, yep, heading out. Figured I'd take you guys with me on this last little leg of this whole adventure. And I don't believe I'm going to make it to Jefferson State Park. That was my last target. It's just not in the cards. You know, I have Nova, and my mom has been very nice to watch her the last couple days. I also have Chico that I have to return to, which has made my trips, you know, me having to be, you know, highly aware of the time, so I can get home to let him out. Hate to leave him. I always try to get back to him within a couple hours. He's a happy dog because of it, and just want him to be comfortable too. I try to think about everybody. I don't know if that's what I think it is, but it kind of looks like yucca. Should be removed probably if it is, but I could be wrong. I have to double check on that one. And we're down by the road. Really muddy down here. It's always worth a look on the little, you know, streams and stuff to see if you find anything cool. I guess the Eastern Hellbender lives down here, but I assume it's not in this little creek here. But how cool is that? Alright guys, I'm heading home to Ohio.